to this one today.
Okay, so we will go over the assignment that I gave you that was optional. And then we will continue our inequalities, the single step, and we'll do some multi-steps. And we've done some before. And hopefully we'll get to some word problems on inequalities. So let's start with number one. And that's your specialty, Mercedes, number one.
Oh boy, let me move this thing from the screen.
Right? How would you solve number one?
Oh, number one,
10
oh
to
yes,
the
number one,
third
you're going to
times.
evaluate.
That's it. I told you that was your specialty. Because what is happening in number one? What do you see there?
Number one, you have 10 to the third power times 7 to the second power.
Now, what condition do you see there? When we were talking
Uh,
about base and powers, what is different about that expression?
again, you, I think you multiply the base. I'm trying to remember because it's two different numbers.
No, what is the condition you see there? What is different?
The two coefficient is different.
Yeah, the coefficients are different. Well, actually, they're bases,
And the
not coefficients, they're bases. The
basis also,
bases are different, and what else is different?
the exponent is also
Right,
different.
the exponents. That the base here is 10, base here is 7, exponent is 3, and the exponent is 2. And you said, how do you solve these, Mercedes? Say it again.
You evaluate the 10 to the third power.
Yeah, evaluate each expression, and then what do?
You work it out.
What does work it out mean? I want to hear a math term.
Okay, you're going to multiply.
That's right, because it says multiply.
Yes.
So you evaluate each expression and then you multiply. So let's say 10 to the third is equal to what, Mercedes?
1,000.
1,000. Very good. Okay. And 7 to the second is equal to
49.
49, because that's 7 times 7. And what is that equal to?
You're going to multiply 1,000 by 100 by 49,
And what's that equal to?
and that is equal to C 49,000.
That's right, 49,000. So that would be answer C. Maureen, you okay?
Yeah,
Did you do any of them? It was optional, but did you do any of them?
I do a few, but yeah.
Did you do the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go to, and I'll put that on the next screen so we have some space here. Now, Maureen, what's the answer? The product of a to the fourth and a to the 10. What is that equal to?
I put a to the 14th.
That's right. Because what do you do when you multiply?
Yeah, no.
What's the rule when you multiply?
Yeah.
No, you didn't tell me the rule.
I just do it because I like the answer. I do figure about multiplying that before I did anything.
No, what's the rule when you multiplying exponents?
Yeah.
Add, that's right. So you added the 4 and the 10, and you got a to the 14th. Okay.
Yeah.
Mercedes, you okay with that?
I'm not quite sure, Miss Barbara. Can you tell me if you do that again?
All right, Maureen, speak, please.
Oh, I multiply the two A's together. A and A is A.
Yeah.
And then I add the powers, 10 and 4.
Okay.
Okay.
I get answer A to the 14.
So,
Okay. Good. Good. Yes. Yes. Yes.
right.
Got it. I remember. I just looked at it randomly before and said that's the answer. Just want to make sure. But I didn't get
Okay.
the time to really sit and do them. I wanted to do this
Okay.
so much. It just last night was too hectic.
But I
So,
didn't do 3 and 4 because sometimes when you come, like, you see that how you got the end down here, the equal,
mhm.
that just get me confused. I don't know if to left it there, have to put it down. That I just got me confused.
But it's just like what you just did,
Mm.
right?
Well, that mean I could have put the end here by the 10, 7 to
Wait,
the 10,
wait.
and put
Let
equal.
just a minute. Let me just put this here. So I want to put what you said. This was now, Mercedes. You understand? Oh, we
Yes,
got
Miss Barbara.
A to the 14.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just, this is equals to A, and A would be to the 14. Okay, now, Maureen, you said number 3 you had a problem with?
I,
Number,
I, I, I want to know if the end equals I could have put it up there. How you would say it up? Because when you got the end down there like that, I don't figure it out anyhow.
right, okay, all right, Maureen. This is what? A power to a power.
Uh-huh.
So when you have a power to a power, what do? What's the rule?
You add,
No,
or you multiply.
multiply. Right.
Yeah.
Now, if this is z to the 10 and this
Uh-huh.
is z to the second, what do you have to multiply this 2 by to get 10?
5.
So that's your n.
Oh,
You got it?
uh-huh.
Oh, so Miss Barbara, right there is telling to find N. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's it.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
And if
had me
you,
confused.
and
Yeah.
Maureen just told me the rule for exponents power to a power, you multiply.
Oh,
If this z to the 10 on the right, that's what you got, right? This is
uh-huh.
inside parentheses a 2. Only one number you can multiply by 2 and get a 10, and that number is 5.
Yes, Miss
Mercedes,
Barbara.
you got it?
Yes. So also the answer is
Questions?
5.
Answer
No,
is n equal 5.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that clear?
yes, Miss.
All right. See, this is what
Just
we've
look at
been
it
doing,
like
except
it's
we
hard.
have, instead of a number here, we put a variable. But if you know the rule that you multiply the power outside the parentheses times the power inside the parentheses, and you know what your result is, then there's only one number that can be sitting here as n, and that's 5. Because 5 times 2 equal 10. Got it?
Yes, Miss.
Maureen, is
Thank
that
you.
clear?
Yeah,
Then you can do number 4 then, right?
I try, right?
Okay, you can do number 4. That's another power to a power. So n can only be what, Maureen?
Okay, let's see. 2.
That's it. To get
Oh,
6, you can only multiply 2 by 3. So n is 2.
oh,
Got it?
Wow. You look
oh,
so
yeah.
simple. Oh,
Else,
That's one,
ladies?
that's one of the power to the power, Miss, right?
Yes, just like 3. 3 and number
Looking at
3
it
and 4
like it's
are
hard.
power to a power.
Wow.
The only difference is we put our variable inside the parentheses, and here we put our variable outside. But it's the same rule, right? You multiply power times power. So if you know the result and you know one of your powers, then whatever that number that's missing is the number you get from multiplying the power that's there. Okay, and that case is just 2. Got it?
Okay.
So the same rule holds even if you have variables. So if you know 2 of these things, you know what that total you got from multiplying, and you know one of your powers, you can find the other power. Right?
Yes, miss.
Okay, because I gave you nice, easy numbers that multiply. Didn't give you any fractions or anything. Gave you just nice whole numbers that multiply. So Maureen, you clear on those when you have a variable?
Yeah.
Okay. You just look at what you have and say, oh, I know my rule. I have to multiply. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And here I have a 6, right? And I know I have to multiply. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got it.
Got it, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes, you can do number 5.
Oh boy, my enemy.
Number 5 is a multi-step inequality, but I think you won't have a problem solving it. What do you do first?
I'm not sure, miss.
Let me just copy this. And what's your first step? Just take a guess.
My first step is to find x.
Well, we know we have to find x, but what's the first step to finding x? What's the first step in this inequality?
Uh, take away 14 on the both side.
That's it. So do that. You
Okay.
also, Maureen, subtract the 14 from both sides. So this becomes, and I'll put it here, because I want you to solve this and tell me the answer. Okay, minus 14. And do the same on the right. Minus 14.
That is,
Okay. Mercedes, what do you get on the left side?
I get minus 4x.
That's right. Let me just copy this. Take out the plus 14 minus 14, that gives you 0, right? So this comes out plus 14 minus 14, 0. So what do you have on the right side, Mercedes?
The sign for minus 4x is less than 40.
Okay, so 54 minus 14 gives you 40, right? So
Yeah.
let's just put 40 here. So now the second step. How do we solve for x?
I remember the second part.
Minus 4x less than 40. How do we solve for x? What do we do?
We oh boy. We subtract no. We're going to divide 4 on both sides.
Yes, because minus 4 times x is a multiplication. So you'll divide both sides by what? Negative 4. So let's just put that there. You see what your answer is? Okay, so
My
we
answer,
divide both sides by negative 4. Negative 4. And this also negative 4.
yeah.
All right. And what is your answer, Mercedes?
My answer is negative 10.
Very good, negative 10. Okay, so let's just bring that up a little closer. So that means negative 4 over negative 4 is just 1. So that's just 1x, right? So that would be x. And let's just put less than. Okay, negative 10. Now, that's your answer, but if we had to write the
You
actual
know, I do that,
inequality,
but I do that and I had 10 by work it out like that.
what did you do?
I just I just said I gonna have to figure it out with my brain. And
Oh,
but
you could do mental math on this.
yeah, but
Yeah, because you could put the 10 and say what
mm,
4 times 10 is 40, and 40 and 14 would,
I
well,
didn't do it
minus, they
like
give
that.
you a plus, right? And 40 and 14 is 54. So yes. Now this actually, now what happens to this inequality, Mercedes? Since we divided by negative, what happens?
Um. Ooh,
What
when I said
happens when we divide or multiply by a negative number? What happens? Or a
we
negative variable, a negative number. What happens?
we flip the sign,
Reverse.
Yeah,
reverse the sign.
you reverse the sign. So this would really be, just copy
X is
this.
more.
This would become, let's put that there. That would be greater than rather than less than. Okay. But I didn't ask you for that, right? I just asked you for the value. But if I'd ask you for what is the inequality that's left, then you would say x greater than negative 10. Got it?
Yes, miss.
I only asked for the value. So B answer would be B as the answer. And as Maureen said, she just did hers mental math. That's okay. I mean, when you find you can do it that way, you don't have to go through these steps because you look at this and say, what number times minus 4 would give me 40? 54 minus 14 is 40, right? Then that number has to be a negative 10. You see that, Mercedes? What Maureen did?
Sorry, I didn't get that part. Let me see if my system is a little low.
Maureen, you want to say what you did?
I really I figure out mine is like I do like mental math or I can't do one long things that they set me nuts.
No, no. What she did, she
Mm.
said, well, I've got 54 here and 14. What number adds to 14 to give 54?
54.
And that number is
Oh,
40, right? So
yeah.
minus 4 times what number gives you 40? It has to be another minus to give you a plus. So that has to be a minus 10. Minus 10 times a minus 4 gives you a plus 40. 40 and 14, 54.
Oh, she did the other way around to prove this.
No, this is the way she solved the problem. I mean, she didn't go through the inequality. Because remember,
Oh,
these were with the inequalities, the same rules, use the same rules as if this was an equal.
okay.
All right. So what number adds to 14 to give 54? The number is 40. But if you have minus 4 times a number, what do you multiply minus 4 by to get a 40? It has to be a minus 10. Because a
Okay.
minus and a minus multiply give you a positive. Got it?
Yeah.
So that's the way when Maureen said mental math, she didn't go through the inequality steps here.
Oh, I get what she did.
Okay. When that is not so obvious, then you, of course, you follow your steps. You do you get the constants together first, so you get the 14 on the side of the 54, and that's a subtraction. And then you do the division by the negative 4 to solve for the x. Any questions? This is a multi-step. Any questions on number 5?
No, miss.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Number 6. Okay, Mercedes, what's the answer for number 6?
Oh
That's
boy.
a single step. You're solving for P. What's the answer?
The answer is Feel like I'm just waking up again.
Yes, small p. What's the answer?
I'm trying to, if I remember how to do this one.
Maureen, you want to help her out?
The answer is
I don't know. I got an answer, but my answer may be wrong.
What's your answer, Maureen?
the
I got
answer B.
I got B for my answer.
That's correct. The only number multiplied by 3 to give 48 is 16, Mercedes.
Yes, so I
So
just
you
divide
divide
by
by
48.
3, right?
Yeah, I just did it.
Answer B.
Yeah.
This was a single step problem, and this is a multiplication. So the opposite of the multiplication is the division. So divide both sides by 3 and you get p greater than 16. Got it?
Yes.
Mercedes, what was puzzling you about this one?
The
You
sign.
hesitate. The what?
When I see the sign, I'm wondering,
What
is
sign?
it the inequality? Excuse me, inequality sign. I'm wondering if, is it the same way to just divide it?
Remember, I said that even though these are inequalities, the same rules as if it were an
Apply.
equal,
Okay.
right? Remember, I said that from the beginning when we looked at inequalities. The same rules you apply to solve them with equalities you use with inequalities. If this was 3p, let me just write here. If I had 3p equal, that's not an inequality, that's an equality. What would you do, Mercedes, if I had 3p equal 48 and I say, what is p? What would you do?
If you said 3p equal, what's that?
48.
Subtract the sign in the middle then.
No, this is 3p equal 48. How would
Okay.
you solve for p?
I would have to still I would have to I would have to divide on both sides.
By what?
3. Sorry.
Right. You divide both sides by 3, you get p equals 16.
Yes.
Right? So the same thing here, even though this is an inequality, whether it's greater than, less than, greater than or equal, less than or equal, you still divide by 3 to solve for p.
Okay.
All right? That's the point I'm trying to make, that even though these inequality symbols are there, you apply the same algebraic rules. Okay?
Yes, miss.
Multiplying, you divide. Divide, you multiply. Adding, you subtract. Subtract, you add. Always do the opposite direction, and they are paired: addition, subtraction, and multiplication, division.
Sometimes the problem is, miss, looking at this number 6.
Mhm.
Sometimes the rule slip me, so I don't know if I have to multiply or what, because I don't see a multiplication sign.
But how do we represent multiplication, Mercedes? I gave you different ways. Tell me what are they? So I put
Like,
3p. What's another way I could write 3p as a multiplication?
oh, you could use the parentheses.
Yes, I could say 3 times p. What else could I say?
Um, they put, oh,
Several ways I can represent multiplication. 3p is like side by side. That means 3 times p.
that's
Parenthesis, 3 times p. What are a couple other ways I could write this?
you could put the sign, the multiplication X
Yes, I
sign.
could say 3 times p. What else could I say?
You could put the dot also.
Yes, I could put the dot. 3. I'll just put the little dot. Okay, it's usually bigger than that though. 3 times p. What else could I use?
You could you could ask, what's the product? No. You
And
could
you can say
use
asterisk,
that. That's right. That could funny
asterisk.
actually like a
All
star.
those represent multiplication.
Okay.
Okay, so if you have a number and a variable side by side, that's multiplication.
Okay. I should remember that one.
2x is 2 times x. 10q is 10 times q. You can also put it parentheses. You can put the x, the multiplication symbol. You could put the dot, or you could put asterisk. All those are symbols of multiplication. All right.
Okay.
So if this is multiplication, then you divide by the 3 to solve for p, just like if it were an
Yes.
equality. Got it?
Yes, miss.
All right. So let's go to some more solving of single step and multi-step.
This is the last one for this one. For this.
Yes, it was just
Okay.
6.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's go to a new share and let me bring up this inequalities. Now I want you to solve. Okay. All right. Let's go here. I hope this doesn't freeze again. I don't know why the screen freezes. It happened. Same thing happened to me yesterday. I mean on Monday.
Everything okay, Miss Barbara?
Yeah, that my screen, I don't know why it freezes on this and that same thing happened to me yesterday. I mean on Monday. And then when I checked it again, it was working. Let's see. Let me get out. Share. Okay, well let me do, may have to go out of sequence here. Okay. All right, let's just do some word problems then. Then I'll come back and see if I can, wish I had printed it out, then I could have just typed it in, but I didn't. Let's see. Let me go back and see if I can print it. Minus 36 plus x. Let me See if I can put this.
Chastity's coming on.
Minus, let's see. Minus 36 plus x less than 8. So
Miss,
let
we're
me,
not seeing that, miss.
I'm
We
sorry.
don't see, we're not seeing nothing on the screen more than a topic.
No, I
Inequality.
know it's
Okay.
frozen.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me stop share and go to share screen and do it over again. See if it'll work. Okay. We'll do some word problems, but I just want to know, before we go to the word problems, I'll just put some, I'll just type some here. Okay. Minus x plus 36. Okay. Less than 8. Okay. Now solve that one. Minus solve for x. Okay. I'll put this as a little x. Minus x plus 36 less than 8. Solve for x.
Okay. Minus x. Okay.
Anybody solved it? Mercedes, you solved it?
No, miss, I'm just writing it off. I'm just
So you want that to be less than 8, right?
Yes, I want to solve this for x.
Yeah.
Okay. Solve for x.
So you got to figure a number out that for x, right?
That's right.
So I said let is less than, right? It's minus x.
Minus x plus 36 less than 8. So I want you to do two things. I want you to solve for x, and then I want you to write the inequality. So you're going to do two things. Okay. You're going to solve for x, and then you're going to write the inequality that you get.
Yeah.
So what do you do, Maureen?
How I do mine? I say x would be 6. I don't know. I think I make a mistake.
Now remember, you want to get the constants together. So you need to get the 36 over here with the 8 because we want our variable on the left. So Mercedes, what would you do?
Okay.
I would try to remember if it's divide or take away.
What would you do?
Subtract 8 on both sides.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Subtract 8 on both sides.
Why?
Because I don't remember.
You want to get 36 on the side with the 8.
So you subtract 36 from both sides.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's plus 36 minus 36, right? And you want to do that also on the right side. So let me just copy that there. Okay, so that would be minus 36 on the right side. So just like with equations to keep them in balance, you do the same thing on the left as on the right. And with inequalities, that same rule holds. So Mercedes, what do you have left on the left side?
The left side, I have x
You have
minus
what?
x
Minus
minus
x.
x
Minus x.
plus
Okay, plus 36. Minus 36 is 0. So this, let me just copy that. So what's that equal to, Mercedes?
uh
8
oh,
minus
okay.
36. What is that equal to?
That 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 would equal to 28.
That's equal to what?
What did I do? I subtract.
What's the sign?
For this one here,
Yeah,
plus
8 plus 8 and minus 36 is what?
8 plus 8 minus 36. Oh, that's 28
Plus or minus?
minus.
That's right. You can't just say 28 because that means plus, right?
Sorry.
So minus 28. Okay. Now, what do you do, Mercedes?
Oh, you're going to find a number that can. You're gonna divide by some number.
What's that some number? What's that some number?
We can use 2,
Why would you use 2?
or we can use a bigger number that you get. Oh, let me see.
No, when you
You
don't see
use
a
7.
number, that's a 1.
Oh,
So what would you do?
divide by.
By 7.
Why 7?
That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna get. You want
No, negative 1.
divide by -1.
Yes. And that will give you just x, right?
Equal to me.
Less than. Copy that there. That would give you x less than a plus 28. Minus over minus.
Oh,
Gives you
yeah. That's
And
28.
since you divided by negative, you have to reverse the inequality. So what does this become, Mercedes?
This becomes x is greater than 28.
That's right. It becomes the greater than. You reverse it, 28. So your inequality would be x, right? The inequality, that's x greater than 28. That would be the inequality, x greater than 28. All right. Questions?
What I'm trying to do is I like when I look at the thing, I figure out to solve it immediately.
Yeah, and to solve for x, x would just be, if I gave you a series of numbers, you'll just put 28. Okay. Any questions?
No, thank you, miss.
So this was a single step inequality, but you had a reversal of the sign because you divided by negative. And anytime you divide or multiply by negative, you reverse the inequality. So that less than becomes greater than. Any questions on this single
So you're saying,
inequality?
Miss, when you divide or multiply by inequality.
By negative. No, no. By a
Sorry, by
negative.
negative, beg your pardon.
Divide or multiply by negative, you reverse the inequality sign. That's a rule. Divide or multiply by a negative reverses the inequality sign. Got it?
Yes, Miss.
So the inequality is x greater than 28. The x is just 28. Because if I said solve for x, I would just give you a series of numbers and 28 would be the answer. Questions?
No, thank you, Miss.
Okay, now let me go back to my new share and get another one of the inequalities. Okay. This one is x divided by -6 greater than 20. All right, so let me go back to my new share. Okay, so that was number one. Let's go to number two. All right, number two is x divided by, this is a division, -6 greater than 1 greater than 20. Let me get rid of the underline here. So sorry that other screen's not working, because then I wouldn't have to type all of this in. Okay. Okay, I want you to solve that one. X over -6 greater than 20. Solve the inequality, solve for X. What is the inequality? What is the value of X? Anybody got the answer?
I think I do. I'm not sure.
What is the, you want to give me the value of X, or you want to give me the inequality? Which one are you giving me, Mouse Lady?
You want my answer?
Yes.
My answer is X. X is less than 14.
Less than what?
14.
40?
He said
Teen.
14.
14?
Yes.
Where are you getting 14 from?
Oh no.
Okay, let me write down what you just said. You said X
For the answer.
less than 14.
That's my complete
That's what
answer.
you said your answer is, right? What is
Yeah.
your answer, Maureen?
I didn't do that anyhow.
You didn't do it? Let me ask you, Mercedes, how did you get 14?
Okay, I take away. I subtract 6 on both sides.
Why would you subtract 6?
Uh-oh.
You dividing. What's the opposite of division?
Oh, multiply.
Multiply. You've got to multiply by the -6, right?
Okay.
Not subtract, because you'd only subtract if I said x, if I said x plus 6, right? But this is a division. So with a division, we just put here multiply both sides by -6,
Mhm.
right? That's the only way you'll get x on the left side. And if you do that, what do you have left? You have x, okay, greater than -120, right? That's what 6 times -6 times 20, right?
Yeah, that's the answer I got to
But
that.
since you multiplied, you have to reverse the inequality. This become x less than -120. Okay, so your inequality is x less than 120. That's the inequality. And your x would be the -120. Got it?
Why X is bigger is, oh, sorry, I see it now. I see it. I forgot to flip it. Flip it, so I got it.
Yeah, because remember I say multiply or divide by a negative. Here we multiplying by a negative, right? That's why the inequality reverses from greater than to less than.
And when I look at it first, missing, and I see the division sign, I say, oh, this is multiply, and then by the time I start, it just I just put doubt in it. I
So
was
you
like,
see, Mercedes, you see why it's not 14, right? Because your operation is a division, not an addition,
okay,
right? If I'm dividing and I want to solve this, I have to multiply in order for this to be 6/6 to equal to 1, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
what I do is my left side of my inequality, I do to my right. So I multiply -6 by the left, -6 by the right. On the left, I just get x. On the right, I get -120.
okay,
Then I reverse my sign because I multiplied by a negative. So your inequality answer would be x less than a -120. Got it?
yes, thank you, miss.
Any questions?
No, thank you, miss.
You need to be able to do these inequalities, whether they involve multiplication, division, subtraction, addition. Just remember
Oh,
you pair them as opposites.
yeah.
Maureen, you have a question?
No.
What happened with you, Maureen? You didn't realize it was a division. You had to multiply to get the constants together.
I just forget that though.
What happened?
I forgot.
Oh, you forgot? Okay. So that's why we practice, because the more you practice, the better it is for you to do problem solving, right? Practice, practice, practice. Now, let me go back to my screen that's not working and get another, okay, another one-step inequality. Okay, now this one is 17x greater than or minus 17. Okay, so let me do a new share. Okay. Okay, this is number 3. I want you to solve this one. 17x greater than a minus 17. Solve for x. Any answers?
The answer 1, miss.
What's the answer?
I'm asking if the answer is 1.
Plus or minus?
Minus.
Okay. Divide both sides by
By
17.
17.
Yeah, you have to divide both sides by 17. 17 into a minus 17 is a minus 1,
Yes,
right?
one.
So your answer would be x greater than
Then
negative.
is 1.
Got it?
Mhm.
That's a multiplication. Divide both sides by 17. 17 plus into negative 17, unlike signs, divide to give you negative. It gives you a negative 1. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to another one. Let me share. Go back to my screen that's not working. Okay. Minus 14x greater than minus 3. Okay. Okay, number 4. Minus 14x greater than minus 3. Okay, now put this all on another screen. And you tell me your answer. What is the inequality? Solve this one. Tell me the inequality. Anybody has the answer? Minus 14x greater than negative 3. And you could just leave it as a fraction. Maureen, you have an answer?
Not yet.
This is a one-step problem now. We haven't gotten the multi-steps yet.
You want me to give you my answer, miss?
Yes, what's your answer, Mercedes?
Just guessing. I did it, but I'm doubtful.
What's your
X,
answer?
X is less than 11.
I'm stepping away a minute, Miss Barbara. So
Mercedes, where you, okay. Where
I'm
you
stepping
getting
away for a
a,
minute, Miss Barbara.
okay, Maureen, take your time. Mercedes, where you getting an 11 from?
I subtract.
Why would you subtract? And it's a multiplication. Mercedes,
I keep on mix up my
you keep getting your operations mixed up. It's not adding, it's not subtracting. Minus 14x means 14 times x. What's the opposite of multiplication, Mercedes?
divide.
Divide. So what would you divide?
I'm gonna divide 3 on both sides.
You're trying to get X on the left, Mercedes.
Yeah.
So what would you divide both sides by?
-3.
Why
14.
-3? What's connected to the X? What's being multiplied by the X, Mercedes?
The 14.
The -14. So you got to divide both sides by -14.
I always think that the big is smaller number do the. Oh boy.
No, but you got to look at your operations. You can't just make these subtraction or addition when they're multiplication. You can't just change these operations. You got to follow what's there. -14x is -14 times the variable x. That's not an addition. That's not a subtraction. That does not say x plus 14. You got it?
So we have to multiply. What's it?
Side by side multiplication. That's saying -14 times the variable x. That means you've got to divide both sides by -14. So what do you get on the left side?
So on the left side, I want to get x.
Okay, so let me just copy that. If you divide by -14, you just get x. So let me just put that there. And on the right side, what do you get? Let's just put that under there. That's by -14. So let me just put -14. Right? So what does that give you?
4.67.
No, I said you could just leave it as a fraction. Would be 4.6, would be point something. 3/14 can't be 4 something.
Yeah, point.
Not 14/3, it's 3/14. But I said leave it as a fraction, right? So what does that become? It becomes x. And you have to reverse the sign since you divided by negative, right? So that would be x less than 3/14, because minus over minus is plus.
Oh.
Right? Because you divide by negative. You put the little x here.
I don't get it. Why you care about the 14?
What's the problem, Mercedes?
Oh, because 3 is a negative.
What's negative over negative?
Oh.
Like signs divide or multiply to give you a plus. So minus over minus gives you plus. Correct?
Yes.
And since I divided by negative, then I reverse from greater than to less than. Remember the rule, when you divide or multiply by negative, you reverse the inequality. Got it?
Let me see. So divide both sides by 14.
Yeah, well, let's go back up here. -14x greater than -3. Now,
Okay.
this is connected by multiplication. This means -14 times the variable x. That means just to get x isolated on the left side, I have to divide the -14 out, right? But I have to do it to both sides of the inequality, just like we would do if it were an equal.
Okay.
Got it? Same rules apply. So this becomes just x on the left side, -14 divided into -3 on the right side. But rules of signs, like signs divide to give you plus, unlike signs give you negative. Same with multiplication. So x is greater than 3/14, but since we divided by negative, I reverse the inequality from greater than to less than. Got it?
Okay, this one sound a little ticklish, but
But
well, this one sound strangey.
what makes this one different from some of the others? Where we,
Because you put the 3 upon the 14 and you didn't divide 3 into 14
I
nor
didn't
add
divide what?
3 into 14 or multiply it nor add it.
I didn't multiply
You just
or
turn
add.
it into a fraction.
Well, isn't 3/14 a fraction?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 3/14. I didn't, I mean, I could have said, give me the decimal value, and that would have been like 0.2 something, but I said, leave it as a fraction.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
said, leave it as a fraction. I
Honestly,
said
I
that
didn't
from
hear
the
that part.
beginning,
Yeah.
right? But if you wanted to, you could have, well, as a decimal, if you divide it out, it's 0.21. But I didn't want you to have to go to that other step. I just, because it's more important to know the operations that you do here. So I said,
Okay.
leave it as a fraction. So the fraction is 3/14. Got it?
Yes, thank you.
Did that answer your question, Mercedes?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Okay. All right. Let me go back to New Share.
I know get, but I better to get something because my head didn't feeling too great. I think my sugar was wanting to drop. So I had to run get something.
Oh, yeah, to eat some candy or something? A juice?
I had some soup out there, so I better drink some.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, keep that sugar regulated, Maureen. That's very important. Okay, let me do another one here. Minus 14x. No, that one. Okay, let me go back to my New Share. I can just make up some here. I can't see them on that screen there. Okay. All right, that was number 4. All right, now I want to do, no, I'll do a couple of more single steps, and then we'll go to multi steps. Okay, number 5. Okay. This would be 3 p equal minus 15. I'm sorry, not equal, sorry. Less than minus 15. Okay, what is the inequality for this one? Maureen, you want to try this one?
Okay.
What
What are
is
they?
the
Okay.
inequality for this one is what?
I divide right
Okay, you divide what?
3p by 5, 3p divided into 15.
That's right, divide both sides by 3, and what do you get, Maureen?
P 5.
P what?
I said 3 into 3 is 1, which is p, right?
Right?
And 3 into 15 is 5. Minus 5.
Minus 5, because it's minus 15 divided by 3. So
Yeah.
this then would be minus 5. That's your answer. Mercedes, you got that?
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Yeah. This one, you just divide both sides by 3. 3p divided by 3 is just p. And then minus 15 divided by 3 is a minus 5, because minus over plus gives minus. Unlike signs, divide or multiply to give you negative. Questions? So we did a multiplication, we did a division. Okay, let's do let's do a subtraction. Number 6. Do a subtraction. Okay. Y minus 8 greater than 24. What is my inequality? That's a math, actually. Mercedes, what's the answer?
The answer should be y. Y is
Okay, let me just bring that all over to the next screen. Okay, what is the answer?
y is less than 3, greater than 3. Sorry. Did it
Wait,
wrong.
Mercedes, where are you getting a 3?
Oh no, don't tell me. It's trying to multiply, so I divide.
But that's a subtraction.
Oh no. Oh yeah.
You're
Hold on, hold
getting your
on. Give
operations
me a chance
mixed up. That's a
give me a chance to figure out.
subtraction. So
When
what's the opposite of subtraction, Mercedes?
addition, miss,
So what would you do then?
you're gonna add 8 on both sides.
That's right. Add 8 to both sides.
When you put it on first, miss, right away I know it's addition. And then as I start with my
Yes, then why do you go to multiplication?
oh
It's a
boy.
subtraction. So you add. So what's your answer, Mercedes? Just
My
copy
answer
that
is
here.
y is equal. Y is
Not equal, greater.
y is greater than 32.
That's right. 8 and 24 is 32. That's your answer. Got it?
Oh yes, yes.
Okay, so I gave you a subtraction. You do the opposite addition.
Miss, why would we say y is greater than 32?
Isn't that what you said up here?
Yes.
So we didn't divide multiply by negative, so it becomes y greater than 32. We don't change that inequality symbol unless we multiply or divide by negative. So since
Okay.
we didn't, it will just stay greater than. Right?
Yes.
Okay, let me do just one more single step. Okay, number 7. Okay, this is S. Let's keep it single step. S plus 20 less than 40.
Yeah, boy.
Maureen, what is my inequality?
Give me a minute, I eat something.
Okay.
What?
No, she has to watch her sugar. Okay, Mercedes, you can
Oh,
tell me
is
the
that
answer then.
11?
What's the answer?
Oh boy. Okay, the answer is S is less than
Okay, S less than what?
S is less than 38.
Where are you getting 38, Mercedes?
Because it says it's a plus, so now it's a subtraction. Am I mixing up again?
Yeah, but that's a 20.
What is it? Oh my god, I write down 40. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a 20, but you said 38, but that's a
Sorry,
20.
Barbara. I wrote 40 on my paper. I'm not looking up again. I'm doing 40. where did
But it's 40 minus 20. What's 40 minus 20, Mercedes?
I just miss I wrote on the wrong thing. Oh Lord, let me do it over. 20.
Yeah, 40 minus 20 is 20.
Sorry, I just wrote on the wrong figure and didn't realize there's a 20 there. I look up
Okay.
at it.
Yeah, S plus 20 less than 40. Subtract 20 from both sides, and that's S less than 20.
So what you gave us was S plus 20 greater than 40, right?
Less than.
Less than 40.
Yes, and
Yes,
so I
subtract.
ask you to solve for the inequality
So inequality is
less
S.
than 20. Subtract 20 from both sides. 40 minus 20 is 20. S plus 20 minus 20 is just S. So your answer is S less than 20. Questions?
No, thank you, miss.
Those are the single steps. Now we want to look at some multi-steps. Okay, so we will look at multi-steps inequality. Gotta find why I'm getting freeze on that other screen. Several problems on that one that I wanted to work on, but I can create some. Okay. All right. We want to look at multi-steps. That means you've got to go through more than one step to get the inequality. So I want you to solve for the inequality. Okay, here's the first one. 2y minus 8 equals 3y. I'm sorry, not equal, greater than. So used to equations here. Okay, greater than 3y plus 16. Okay, so I want you to solve this inequality. You want me to go through this one or you want to do it?
Yes, miss, please go through it.
Okay, so now this one where you have multi-steps, there's no one way to do it. The thing is, remember, you want to get all of your constants together and all of your variables together. And you want your variables on the left, all right? So what we can do first is subtract 3y from both sides. So I'll see that. Subtract 3y from both sides, all right? Now let me just copy that and do that subtraction. Okay, so what would that give you? Okay, take out. Okay, minus 3y on the left. Let's just do that. Minus 3y and minus 3y on the right. Everybody with me?
Yeah, I'm with you, miss.
Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is put this on a screen, on the next screen.
Okay.
All right, so we're all together because we're going to run out of room. Okay, now on the left side, Maureen, are you eating or can you answer something?
I could ask.
Okay, what's a 2y minus a 3y on the left side?
1y.
Plus or minus?
A minus.
That's right. So we have minus y minus 8. Okay, greater than, and the 3y and a minus 3y will give you 0, so we'll just have 16, right? Okay, Mercedes, now I want to get my 8 with my 16, my minus 8 with my 16. What do I have to do to both sides for that to happen?
You want to get your
I want to get the constants together, and I have an 8 on the left and I have a 16 on the right. I have a minus 8 on the left and I have a plus 16 on the right. What do I do to get those constants together?
subtract 8 on both sides.
Then I'll still have constants on the left and the right.
Oh,
It's a minus 8, and a minus 8 is a minus 16. This is a subtraction. What's the opposite of subtraction?
you add
So you
add
gotta
8
add the 8.
on both sides.
Add 8 to both sides. All right. So let me just copy this and add the 8. Okay. Add the 8 on the left and add the 8 on the right. Now, on the left, minus 8 plus 8 give you 0, so you have just a minus y left, right? So let me just copy this. Take out the 8s because they add up to 0. So take them out. Minus 8 plus 8, 0. And 16 plus 8 is what? 24.
24.
So let me just copy that and put our 24. So that would be 24. Now, what's my next step?
I don't have a clue, miss.
What's my next step, Maureen?
Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah.
Let me just put a
You
reminder.
divide,
Divide what?
see, both sides
By what?
by 8
No.
or by 16.
No, you want just
Oh,
y
you've gone
left.
part. You passed that part already, Maureen. Go down to where she is. She have minus 1y greater than 24.
What do I
So
divide by, Maureen? I want
Or
just y left on the left side.
only y left.
Yes, on the left side.
Oh, so you divide by -1.
That's
-1.
right.
No,
That's
-1.
-1. That's the coefficient, right? So that would be y. Put that here, okay. So if I divide by -1, that would be -1 over -1 or just +1. So that would be y 24 divided by -1. And what's that equal to, Maureen? So when we divide by negative, we reverse the inequality, Maureen. So what do I have?
Maybe y
less
is less than -1.
That's right. Less than, well, not -1. 24 over -1 is what?
One.
-20. Nope. -24.
Or 24. Oh yeah, 1 into 24. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So y less than a -24. That would be your answer.
So, miss,
Yes.
right there just sounds so confusing because you're saying minus negative 24. Sorry, 1 from 24.
Not from, divided by.
Divide. Oh,
That's division,
okay.
Mercedes. 24 over -1 says
Oh,
24
I'm looking
divided
here.
by -1.
So right there we divide both sides by 1. So that's why 24 become negative 24.
Yeah, I divided -1y by -1. That just gave me y, right?
Yeah.
And 24 divided by -1. Plus
Okay.
over minus gives negative, so that's a negative. But since we're dividing by negative, we reverse the inequality from greater than to less than, because that's the rule.
Yes.
Got it?
This one I feel really listen to your recording because when you said to, like I sort of a bit confused. Like you said subtract 3 on both sides. Then I'm looking to where you put the 3. Then I see 1 3 at 16 and then see the other 3, or you put it in the middle.
No, subtract 3y from both sides.
Yeah.
Because I want to
But
get my variables together. So, and we want to get our variables on the left. So I want to get my y's on the left, right?
so
So
you
that means
slash
that I've got to
yeah,
subtract the 3y from both sides. So all my y's will be on the left.
so there you cancel the 2 3s and then you have y
On the
minus
right
y.
side, they add up to 0. So you say cancel and they add to 0. So that's how I've got 16 left on the right. But I subtracted 3y, so that's still there. And I said minus the coefficient minus 3 and a plus 2 gives a minus 1. You follow Mercedes? I got the minus
That
1y.
mean no, I don't understand. You get the 1.
Okay, let me put the 1 right here. Okay, a plus 2y and a minus 3y. When your signs are different, you subtract, right? So
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
2 from 3?
Is 1.
And I have more negative than positive, so my answer is negative.
Negative, yes.
So that's a minus 1y minus 8, just brought the minus 8 down, greater than the 16.
16. Okay.
Okay, now I want to get my constants together, a minus 8 and a 16, but that's a subtraction. I've got to add it, right? Add it to both sides. Minus 8 plus 8 is 0.
Okay.
So I just have minus y left. 16 added to 8 is 24. So
Okay.
y minus y is the same as minus 1y. So I divide out my negative. There again, go to your rules of
Rules. Okay.
inequalities. Divide or multiply by negative reverses the inequality. So this becomes, instead of greater than, it becomes less than. But
Yeah.
positive 24 over negative 1 gives a negative 24. You know, from the sign rules.
Yes.
Unlike signs give you negative, like signs give you positive for both division and multiplication. You got it?
Yes, thank you.
Is that clearer,
Yes,
Mercedes?
Miss Barbara, certainly.
Okay. All right. Let's look at another multi-step. Okay. Going to my next screen. I want to do another multi-step. Okay, here we go. This is, and notice I'm switching around these variables because you can see these variables, anything from A to Z, right?
Yes.
So let's just take 12. I want you to solve this one. Okay, this is number 2 of our multi-steps. 12b plus 32 less than 3b. Let's see. Minus 5. Okay, I want you to solve this inequality, all right? And tell me what you get. Now you can do it whichever way you want to do it. You can start with your constants, get them together. You can stop your variables, but just remember you want to get your variables all on the left side. Okay. The order you do it depends on you. Anybody got an answer?
My answer, but I'm as usual always doubtful.
What's your answer, Mercedes? I'll write what you tell me to write. What's your answer?
15B.
B. Okay.
15B, I says.
15B.
Yeah. Maybe I do it
No,
wrong.
no. I want an answer that just says B.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna finish that.
Okay.
Oh,
You're giving me your. I want the final answer. Maureen, how you doing?
I subtracting 3 from both sides, right?
You subtracting what?
I was doing it subtracting 3 from both sides.
Why 3?
Or it's 12B plus 32 is less than 3B minus 5.
So why you subtracting 3?
I was subtracting 3 from both sides.
I don't see a 3.
Yeah, you got 12B plus 32 is less than 3B minus 5.
But I don't see a 3. I see a 3B.
When I was taking away 3B from both sides.
But 3, I don't see a 3, Maureen. I see a 3, a coefficient 3 with the variable B, but I don't see just a 3 by itself. So what did you subtract, Maureen? Say it again.
3B minus 5B.
3B from both sides, not just 3.
Right.
Well, you didn't say that.
Oh.
You said 3, and I don't see a 3.
Oh.
I see a 3B, and you're absolutely right. Subtract 3B from both sides. Now you started. Okay. Now, did you get a final answer?
Let's see. Well, one is like 4B. No. 9B. Right?
Okay.
So we put like 9B plus 32.
I'm sorry. I wanted to come out.
Again, right.
No, 31.
This is 31. Okay.
Yeah. Because I wanted to come. I don't want it to come out with a fraction. I want to come out with the whole number.
So change it to 31?
Yes. Mhm. Just so we get a whole number. Maureen, you
Yes.
finished it?
No, 3B.
So your first step, you subtracted. Let me just put what you just said. Subtract 3B from both sides. Okay.
So
And
3 from that
I would just shortcut this 9B
plus
plus
31
31 less than
less than minus 5.
-5. That's it. Okay, now Maureen, what do you do next?
Okay. We subtract. Then we add. No.
No, you on the right track. Subtract. You wouldn't add because you're adding, so opposite is subtracting. So what do you subtract, Maureen?
I know. Okay.
What do
I
you
subtract
subtract from both sides?
-5 from both sides.
No, no, no. You trying to get the 31 over where the 5 is. So what do you do?
Okay, we concentrate. I'm not that good part yet.
No, you want to get the 31 on the
So you
side
subtract
with
31 from both sides.
that's it, Maureen. You got it. Absolutely. Subtract the 31. Then the 31 is on the side with the 5, and it goes to 0 on the left, right? So what would that give you, Maureen? You're
Oh,
almost there.
got to concentrate again.
So you got 9b.
Uh-huh.
What's a -5 and a -31? Let me just put that 31.
You want from both sides. Okay.
What's a
So,
-5 and a -31?
okay, so that is 9b
Right? Add those two negatives. What you get, Maureen? You're almost there. Add those two negatives. What do you get?
36.
-36.
36.
Very
Yeah.
good. Okay. -36. Now you can tell me your answer. What's your next step? You want to
Oh,
just be on the left. So what do you do to get B?
You divide by 9 by both sides.
That's it. Divide both sides
By
by
9.
9. Very good. So what's your answer?
Um, 9 into 36 is 4. Okay.
So what's your answer?
Wait.
So we'll just have B on the left side
Answer is B
less than what?
less than 4.
Plus or minus?
A minus.
That's it, because it's minus over plus, right? So this would be 4. Mercedes, you got it? Did
yes,
you
I'm
get
catching
negative
on.
4?
No, I didn't. I didn't do so far. I stopped listening to you and Marine, so I'm catching on to what you do. I didn't get. I didn't get the why. Oh, she get the 9B, but I did it and I see where. Oh, she got it.
Okay.
So I was listening to you guys go. I didn't understand you get the
Yeah.
four
Subtracting the 3B from both sides,
side.
3B
Yeah.
from 12B gives 9B,
Yes.
right?
And then you subtract 31 from
And
both
then
sides.
31, yeah, that gives you just 9B on the left, and a -5 and a -31 gives you a -36. And now that's a
Wait a minute.
multiplication,
One minute, miss. You said subtract 31
both
from both
sides.
sides.
So now you have a -5 and a -31. Minus
It'd be
31, that's a
36.
subtraction,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes. So it'd be 36.
-5 and a -31 gives you a -36.
36.
Got it?
Then you divide. Okay, now I know
And
you
that's
get
a
it. Yeah.
multiplication, 9b. So what's the opposite? Division. Divide both
Yeah.
sides by 9. That just gives you b on the left. And a -36 divided by 9 gives you a -4 on the right. Because you have minus over plus gives you minus. Unlike signs divide to give you negative. That clear, Mercedes?
Right below subtract 31 from both sides.
Right here?
Yeah, in the middle. You said subtract 31 from both sides.
Oh,
Below that.
right here.
Right there. Yeah. I'm sort of clear right there.
Okay, let me
You
just
you subtract.
okay, let me just do this. Okay, I'll copy this and put exactly what we did. Okay, so what Maureen did, she subtracted -31 here, -31, right? And
Okay.
-31 here.
Oh, okay.
All right. So minus 5 minus 31. And that's how we got the next line, right? Because the minus 31 to plus 31 is 0. So that just leaves 9b. And then on
Okay.
the right, minus 5 minus 31. Combine those two negatives, you get minus 36. Now, what number times 9 gives 36? 4, right? So 36 minus 36 over 9 gives you a minus 4.
Oh, okay. So nine times, sorry, 4 times 9 give you 36.
That's right.
Okay.
So right here, I mean, you divide them by, but you could do it mental math. You says only one number times 9 will give me a 36, and that's a 4. And since this is a negative and this is a positive, it has to be a negative 4.
Okay.
Questions?
No, thank you, Miss. Hope you remember those rules.
Is it clear, Mercedes? Because the
Yes,
next one,
yes,
you'll
yes,
be
yes.
doing it. Just want to make
What?
sure you understand. Yes, of course. This
My
is
God.
practice.
Will
So
you?
any questions? Ask your questions on this one because they're all pretty much the same. The multi-steps, you're either dividing, adding, subtracting, multiplying. Got it? Any questions on number 2?
No, Miss.
All right, let's go to a third multi-step. Let me give you another one. Let's see this one. I'll go to another screen, number 3. All right, this is, let's see, 15S plus 25 greater than 10S okay, plus 25. All right, I want you to solve that inequality.
Which one is-
Ready with the answer?
I'm doubtful, Miss.
What do you get for your answer, Mercedes? Tell me what to write.
Oh boy.
S. You're doing S, so tell me what to write.
Subtract 25 on both sides.
No, I don't want to know steps. I want to know the answer.
You want to know answer my final answer?
Yes.
S is greater than 5S. Oh,
S, you say is greater than what?
5S.
No, you can't have two S. You gotta have just S
Five,
on the
five,
left. So you say S greater than what?
5.
Maureen, what is your answer?
Okay, hold on. I got S is less than 5. Probably got my wrong.
You've got S less than 5?
Yeah. I know it could be wrong.
Okay. Now, Mercedes, tell me the steps you use to get your answer.
Okay. I put it on a different page first.
Okay. Now, what did you do first?
I subtract 25 from both sides.
You subtract 25 from both sides?
Yes, miss. So I cancel out the 225.
Let's see how you did that. Subtract 25 from both sides. Ready? So let's just do that. So I'll copy this and put the 20 subtractions in there, 25. Okay, minus 25 on the left and minus 25 on the right.
So therefore,
And what do I get left on the left side?
what I have left is 15S plus,
Okay, 15S
no, I should say less, greater than
greater than, because the
10,
plus 25 minus
yeah,
25 give you 0,
greater
right?
than
That's
greater than
greater
10S.
than, okay,
10S.
10S. Okay.
Mhm.
And the plus 25 minus 25 is 0, right? So
That's
what
right.
did you do next?
What I do next is I subtract 15S from both sides. So
No, you
therefore,
want S just left on the left side.
yes, yes. So
So what did you do?
I subtract 15 from both sides.
No, you want just S on the left side. So you wouldn't subtract the 15,
10 instead?
you'd have to subtract the 10. Yes, because remember you want S over here on the left.
Okay.
So you subtract, let's just copy that. Subtract 10S from both sides. And let's just put that there. Subtract 10S on the left. Put that there, minus 10S. And subtract 10S on the right. Now, what do we have on the left side, Mercedes?
On the left side, we're going to have left side.
10S minus 10S. 15S minus 10S.
That's 5S.
Okay, 5S. That's right. You subtract the coefficients. Greater than, what's 10S minus 10S?
0.
0. Okay. Now, solve for S. What do?
You're going to subtract 5S from both sides.
No, that's not addition. That's a multiplication.
Oh boy.
You keep getting those mixed up. That's not a S plus 5. That's a 5
Yeah,
times
divide.
the S. So Maureen, what'd you say?
Divide.
Yeah, divide. They'll say you keep getting those mixed up. Divide both sides by 5. You got it, Mercedes?
Yes.
That's not S plus 5 or S minus 5. That's 5 times S. So if you divide, you'll just get S greater than 0 divided by 5, right? And let's put the 5 underneath it. What's that equal to?
That is equal to 5 for the
0
answer.
divided by 5 is 5.
0.
0.
Boy, so I need to wake up.
So S and is greater than
0.
0.
Mm.
Not 5, not negative 5.
I
It
clap
wasn't too
myself.
bad then.
Barbara, I clap myself because I did really try. Not too
What?
bad. I says I encourage myself because I did not. It wasn't too bad because I didn't know I would say subtract a 25 on both sides. We're coming so far down.
No, you did really good,
Yeah, that's
Mercedes.
what
You
so
did
I'm
really
commenting
good.
myself.
Except you're still getting mixed up on the
Yeah,
multiplication, changing it to addition. You can't do that. When you see side by side, what is that, Mercedes?
multiplication.
Multiplication. Put that in your
So when
brain and keep it near. Side
okay,
by side, multiplication, not addition, not subtraction, multiplication. Got it?
okay.
Questions? You got it?
This
You
one,
want to do another one?
this one's that I don't know.
I think you need to do another multi-step. I was going to go to word problems. We won't get to word problems today because I want you to really get this because you and Maureen both said 5. But Maureen, did you get this far right here?
Huh?
Did you get this far on this?
I do it again, hopefully, but yeah, I do it probably wrong there.
Okay. Let's just do one more multi-step. Okay, that was what, number 3? Okay, let's do number 4. Okay. Let's take let's see. 8t minus 28 greater than 15t. Let's see, that's going to be 7 plus 21. Solve that inequality and tell me your final answer.
Yes.
And if you have it all correct, then we won't go through the steps. But if not, then you'll go through the steps. That's mental math now. Actually, I gave you nice, easy numbers
Okay.
to work with. Anyone got an answer?
Let me see.
Remember, your variable t will be on the left. So perform the operations to get that t on the left. Get your constants on the right. How you doing, Mercedes?
I'm trying, miss.
Okay. That's all you can do.
Eight.
Maureen, you got an answer?
I only get as far as I subtract 8 from both sides.
You
That's why I
subtract
get
what?
8t from 15t.
No, you want your t's on the left, Maureen. So you
Where is it
need
at?
to get the 15t on the left. Remember, I said the variable on the left. How you doing, Mercedes?
Still trying.
I gave you what I thought was a mental math. What did you do first, Mercedes?
I put the variables together.
So how
And
did you do that?
I put 8 plus 8t, sorry, plus 15t on the left side.
You
Greater
did a
than,
plus. Why would you do a plus?
because at the top I see a subtraction sign. So I
You
change
see
it to
subtraction on 15t?
80. Let me see. What did I wrote?
15t is a plus.
If you go to go first, I see 80 minus 28 greater
Greater
than
than
15t.
15t plus 21. So what did you do as your first step?
I'm putting the variables together.
So how did you do that?
I put on the left 80 plus 15t greater than minus.
Wait a minute, Mercedes. Why would you put a plus? And it's already a plus. You'll still end up with t's on both sides.
Oh, 1 minute.
15t plus 15t is 30t. 8t and a plus 15t is, you still have t's on both sides. Remember, you're trying to get the t's together. If
Okay.
this is plus, you'll have to minus it, right?
That's what I mean that 80 is a minus at the top. So that's why I'm changing the sign at the bottom.
You changing what sign, Mercedes?
I think I made an error, miss.
What
Okay.
is your first step, Mercedes?
Okay, I'm gonna try to subtract. No, I'm going to try to add 28 on both sides.
Okay, you could add 28 to both sides. All right.
And
Okay, I'll put your first step. You said add 28 to both sides. Okay, that's a good first step. Let's just copy this and add the 28. Okay, so let's just add the 28. And add the 28 on the right. Now, what do you get on the left side, Mercedes?
on the left side,
Over
oh,
here. 8t minus 28 plus 28. What do you get?
I would cancel the 228. So I'm gonna
And
get 80.
okay, very good. 8t, and that would be greater than. Now, what do
Yes.
we have on the right side?
We have 28, subtracting 28 on that side also.
No, you didn't subtract, you added.
No, no. Add, sorry.
So what's the first thing? You don't throw away the 15t.
Bring down the 15T. Sorry.
15t, you can't throw that away. And then when you add 21 and 28, what do you get, Mercedes?
I'm gonna get 49.
Okay, so that's plus 49. Very good. Doing good. Okay, what's the next step, Mercedes?
The next step is you try to get rid of, you're trying to get the T by itself.
So what's your next step? You want to get your t's, your
We're gonna,
variables together.
so we're gonna sub,
Go ahead. You're saying it right. Go ahead.
we're gonna subtract 8 on both sides.
No, Mercedes, you want to get the t's together.
So you're gonna,
So the subtraction would be what? What would you subtract?
15 on both sides.
That's it, 15t.
Yes, sorry, 15T on both sides.
Subtract 15t from both sides. Because then all your t's would be together, right? So let's just take that and put our subtraction. Okay, so that would be minus 15t on the left and minus 15t on the right. So what do I have on the left side, Mercedes?
On the left side, you're gonna left with 8T.
What's a 8t minus a 15t?
8T minus 15T, you have 6. Did I check it right? Under mental maths.
8 from 15?
7
7, would that be plus or minus?
minus,
Minus 7t, right?
yes.
Okay, greater than, same, simple, greater than, and what do we have on the right side?
We have 15 minus 49 minus 15.
So what's left over on the right side?
So we have 34.
No, 15t and minus 15t is 0.
Oh, sorry, I jump ahead of you. 0.
So what do you have on the right side?
On the right side, I would have plus 4, no, 34.
No, 15t plus with a minus
0.
15 give you 0. So this would just be 49,
Yes, that's
right,
why I'm jumping.
Mercedes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm jumping over you and saying 49.
No, you talking 30 something.
No, 50. Yeah, because I subtract.
No, 15t minus 15t is 0. So you
Yes.
just have 49. Now, Mercedes, what's your next step?
So wait a minute, miss. Don't we have minus 15 on that side too? Or it's already? Oh yeah.
What's
So
the problem, Mercedes?
I misunderstood right there. We subtract 15 on both sides.
Yeah, 15t minus 15t is 0.
Yeah.
And so you just have 49 left, correct?
Oh, because I see you have 315 there, so I'll be confused with that.
No, that's a 15 on the left, minus 15t greater than 15t plus 49 minus 15t. Of plus 15t and a minus 15t is 0. So what you have left is just 49, correct?
Yeah, I'm just misunderstood the 8. I thought I subtract 8t from 15t gets 7. Then
Yeah,
I'm
well,
saying,
that's on the left side.
yes.
That's the minus 7t. But on the right side, 15t plus 49 minus 15t is 49 plus 0.
Oh, got
And
it.
that's just 49, correct?
Oh, yes, Mrs. A
You
trick.
got me?
Yes.
Okay.
There was a
Now,
little trick right there. But we
uh,
explain, I see it.
okay. Now, what's your next step, Mercedes? What do you do next?
There's another step.
Yes, you want just t by itself, right? I
Oh
don't
yeah,
want you
yeah, it's
left with
not
this
done.
minus 7t and no
You have
coefficient.
to oh boy. You gotta take away 7 from both
Well,
sides.
Mercedes, please do not say take away because you don't see a plus.
Divide.
Divide, Mercedes. That's where you're getting confused, right here. That's a
Yeah.
multiplication.
Oh, so
Subtraction
when I
won't
okay, let me get
get
this in my head.
just
When I
t.
reach so miss, when I reach right there and I see the two figures together, it's a multiplication sign that meant so I'm going to flip it and divide.
No flip. No flip. No
No,
flip.
that's the talk. That's for talk. I know I'm not going to flip anything. So
Okay.
that means I should divide right there.
Yeah, right there. That's a coefficient. You divide both sides by that
That's
coefficient, minus 7. And that would just give you t left, right? So divide
Oh,
both
wow.
sides by minus 7, right?
Yes.
Then what do you have left, Mercedes?
I have a big 7 left. I have T
T,
is less than.
yeah, because you got to change, since you divide by negative, that's less than what? Minus 7.
7. Yes.
Make that a little t. So you divide it and you reverse the sign.
No, I'm sorry, I get that little part there where I see the 17. So I think of that as
That's
multiplication.
a multiplication. Remember, I went through those various ways of multiplication. Side by side,
That's
asterisk,
right.
times, parenthesis, dot. That's a side by side. Minus 7t means minus 7 times t. That's why
That's
you have to
multiplication.
divide. You cannot add here or subtract. Okay, divide because it's a multiplication and that's the opposite. Got it?
Yes, miss. Thank you.
And so your answer will be t less than minus 7. And you reverse the sign because you divided by a negative, right?
Yes, thank you.
Got it?
Yes,
Maureen,
miss.
did you get that answer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. All right, so we're going to stop here. We'll get some word problems later. Okay, so your homework is going to be on inequalities only, both single step and multi-step.
Okay.
Okay.
Any questions on anything we've gone over?
No, miss. As long as I record it, come up, I can view it again and listen carefully.
Yeah, it's being recorded. Okay, so let me just